Okay.
If you all don't know that, you're born in 78, 73, 80.
I'm like, this is the only place where I'm the youngest.
78.
78. And so
78.
78.
So we're all in our 40s.
I'm 막둥이.
And that's why this episode we're talking about what?
Just health. We're talking about just different types of health.
And how it's different when you get to...
Yeah.
As a geriatric 40-year-old man.
And how we're trying to as more information and things become aware of new, healthier options for our body.
How to apply it to our lives and how to filter out the bullshit. Right?
And I also think everyone should be thinking about health, even at a younger age in your 20s. But
for sure.
The average person doesn't. We're at the age where you have to actually start. You really should start thinking. If you haven't thought about it, this is where you generally start.
All right. We're back. Today we're going to do something different, though. Actually, no. Before I say that, we're back with Dave, Eric, Dan, John,
What's up,
and
guys?
the talented Bobby Choi.
Hey!
We've never officially recognized Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby's the hardest working man in show business.
He is.
He does so much for us.
Bobby's got a new movie coming out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Bobby's got a brand new bag.
It's called
Music-
Music and Reality.
Yeah.
I didn't pick the title. It was it's coming out in Korea, and they couldn't pronounce the original title.
What was the original title?
Fiction and Other Realities.
Fiction style.
Fiction.
But doesn't some boy band have a song called Fiction?
Do they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
that's
Koreans
come as
know
peace.
Pulp Fiction too. They know Pulp Fiction. They know Pulp Fiction.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Fiction.
But I do like Music and Reality. It has this kind of cute, romantic kind of.
But Bobby's very humble about it. But I saw the trailer, and the trailer looks awesome.
It's really good.
acting, everything
Thank
looks
you.
awesome.
Go check it
Rom-com?
out.
Yeah.
And you directed that too.
Unfortunately, yes. I
No, stop it! It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
It is going to be awesome. So I had a thought. Right?
Okay.
It's just
Just
a thought
one.
experiment. Just one thought, right?
It's been a while.
If you can get one front court player and a back court player in a 2-on-2 tournament, which two would you choose, and what would be the best combo, or what would you
2-on-2?
choose?
First of all, 2-on-2 tournament.
Just
That's gonna be
2-on-2.
rough.
2-on-2 tournament?
2-on-2 game or whatever. You
2-on-2.
need one front court guy and one back court guy, like a combo
One front
of a
court?
front court and back court
I'm
with
taking
current NBA
I'm
players.
taking LeBron and Giannis.
I'm thinking LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Is LeBron a front court guy? Well,
Those terms don't really exist anymore, though.
that's true.
They don't
Okay,
even
two
have-
guys.
they-
Okay, Giannis and LeBron. All right.
taking
What about
Giannis
you,
and
Dave?
LeBron.
What would you take? That's a.
Anthony Davis probably
I'll
would be
take
hurt.
Westbrook and Giannis.
Westbrook.
Oh, what?
Wow.
No, I'm still going. Okay, I'm not gonna do LeBron because you did it, but I'm gonna do
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, and then I'm gonna do James Harden because we don't have to play team basketball really on a 2-on-2.
So James Harden and who?
And who did I say? Anthony Davis.
AD.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
I was
choice.
thinking AD and maybe Kawhi.
But you can't. Don't use my guy. I use AD.
Giannis.
It takes 3 guys to take down Giannis.
No, that's actually solid reasoning.
Oh no. KD. There you go.
Okay.
KD and what did I say? KD and Kawhi. KD and Kawhi.
At KD after the Achilles, who knows?
I'm
KD's
gonna
not
tell you
inside
what
guy.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do
KD.
to your team, all right? Because it's 2-on-2, right? I got Giannis and LeBron. I'm putting your little skinny dudes in the block, and I'm
Giannis.
dunking all day.
All day.
But three.
But you're shooting 2s and he's shooting 3s with
and
KD.
you know what? What's his name? Well, Kawhi is good at defending Giannis.
But you guys seen it. Yeah,
One on one on the block.
I don't know about that, but
Come
when
on.
you guys seen it 3-on-3 when you guys play, you need a kind of a quick guard to go right
Yeah.
around there and go get the rebounds.
And there's no help defense in 2-on-2.
If we want 3-on-3, might have to adjust. But 2-on-2, that's different.
Okay.
Like 2-on-2, James Harden, that makes sense because
James Harden,
you can't defend a pick and roll. A good pick and roll guy is unstoppable.
Okay.
In 2-on-2 for sure.
Like an Embiid and
Stop.
once again Embiid and.
But I'm gonna say
Harden.
I would say Embiid is not that great in the pick and roll because he doesn't roll very fast. He's really slow on the roll. He's more of a pick and pop guy or pick and fade to the elbow. He doesn't roll fast enough to get that Clint Capella dunk.
2-on-2 is tough. You need guys that are can do everything at a high level, score and everything, and then you have to be strong to be able to guard. Because if you have a mismatch, they're just gonna go down low and just pound you.
That's true.
2-on-2 is interesting because you can put Kyrie Irving out there. He's gonna score every single time, but he won't be able to defend anybody.
Okay, so if it was a one-on-one, then who would win?
No, 1-on-1, just LeBron.
1-on-1.
LeBron.
Because I would think LeBron too, but if you watch Team USA practices, man, KD just no matter what
No,
he
for
does,
sure,
you
for
can't
sure.
stop KD.
But there's so many. We don't know what KD looks like now.
Yeah. But
we don't know.
but
Are you going by
everyone's talking about-
historic KD?
Well, I mean, I feel like he'll be pretty much
Oh, the
KD.
Achilles is a different one.
Choi's a different beast.
Who's your choice out there? Who's your two? Leave them below.
Like that.
Nice.
All right.
Next.
All right, next. I wanted to ask you guys, even if it isn't for sports, but not even as a professional, what kind of diet? What's your piga? What's your secret for having better performance?
I think every person's different. So like whatever works for me won't necessarily work for you.
Okay.
Or the
So what
people.
works for you then?
So what worked for me, like when I was playing, like, well, I mean, when I was playing, I also didn't know everything I know now, right? So like when I played, I ate some kind of pasta before the game, like maybe 3-4 hours before. And I used to eat like a lot of meat. I used to eat like just kind of whatever was out there. I need a lot of calories because we practice so much. But I felt better when I was eating more organic, like not eating a lot of like basically anything white when I wasn't eating like white rice, milk, bread, those kind of things.
You
I felt
weren't
better
eating
when I wasn't eating that kind of
Okay. What about you, Dan?
Well, I think like again, I when I was young, like when you're young, you don't really think about all this kind of stuff, which you should. And you seeing the players now are thinking about it. When I was retired and all done, and I started playing 3-on-3, I started looking. Steve Nash was like the first person really to have that rebirth when he cut out sugar, and then Tim Duncan did something when he had that renaissance. And so I went like more vegetarian. And I noticed I had less inflammation. And Tom Brady does some kind of an anti-inflammation diet.
Right.
As you get older, the inflammation just is a lot more
for sure.
tough when you're older.
What about you, Dave? What's your secret to...
Man, I gotta stay away from. The first time I heard that, stay away from the white. But I stay away from anything that's kind of like man-made. I like to say it's the hunter-gatherer. If you gather it, if you
Paleo.
If you gather, if you pick it, yeah.
I also like
you
if
kill
your
it,
if your great grandparents recognize it, or if they don't recognize it, don't eat it.
I mean, what is pasta? What is pasta?
It's a bunch of flour,
Just flour.
Just flour and just
Flour and
sugar
eggs.
and
A lot of
eggs
it's
and
eggs.
sugar. Yeah.
yeah.
Butter.
How is that even good for your body?
That's why.
Just on the premise.
Well, I said it's pasta and stuff like that, real processed flour. If you're going to eat the grain, eat the whole grain. Because when you process it, that's where the inflammation comes in.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say if you can't pronounce it, you probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
So that's your thing. If you hunter gatherer, that's your stuff?
Yeah, I definitely have gone now 9 months. I usually go 9-10 months, and then I go off of it. I'm feeling great. I'm like, whatever.
I know, that's me too. That's me too.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden,
You get
you're
cocky, man.
drinking beer and like you're doing bread, and then I'm like, oh shit, I don't feel well.
So
I know when you got the crock pot fire and you're always like really like doing good, man. When you got some stuff brewing.
And I guess it's
What about you, Bobby? What gives you your super energy to perform all that music and direct the movie
I live with my in-laws, and my mother-in-law is a great cook. So whatever she feeds me, I don't know what's in it, but a lot of kimchi.
So Korean style,
A lot of kimchi.
Korean food.
Well, they say
A lot of
like,
kimchi.
does a body good.
like a lot of people say that
Probiotics.
if you eat like how your grandparents ate, you'll live a pretty healthy life. Because like when our grandparents were alive, there wasn't like a lot of processed stuff.
Yeah.
They're just eating like a lot of natural stuff that you just buy in the supermarket.
You know what's funny? Living in America, like we all grew up in America. All that stuff that we grew up with, the food groups and all that, that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's all
That's
bullshit.
all
Yeah.
bullshit. That's
100%.
all bullshit.
All
'Cause,
created by the
100
food
years ago,
industry.
100 years ago, the typical diet was not that at all. They didn't even eat that much fruit. It was all just like a big ham or big whatever. It's
and that sugar really
completely
didn't,
different.
Sugar really didn't come around to the late 1800s or something like
Yeah,
that. It
yeah.
became an industry.
They poured money in that. That's a whole topic for another thing.
Well, I remember just going back to Dave's about the hunter-gatherer diet. So I don't know if it was Joe Rogan or I don't know. I was watching something. They went to there's people that live like that, like in Africa and Papua New Guinea that actually hunt and gather. And the thing is, you think that like they got a dinosaur every day, but they don't. Right. So actually, hunter and gatherers eat more like digging up like roots, like yams and like sweet potatoes and like whatever. They're more gathering berries, and then when they get like a big animal, they're eating on that for like.
They said,
with no refrigeration, they're eating on that for like, and they get it, and then you might not get another one you might not get a deer for another.
They said one of the reasons that hunter gatherers like why their diet was so like healthy is because they weren't eating the same thing every day.
Okay.
Like if they got that dinosaur, they eat on it until it was gone, and then it might be 2 months before they got meat. But then whatever was around, they'd have to move and roam. And then now they're eating blueberries, and they're eating strawberries. Now they found potatoes, and they found roots. So because their diet was so diverse.
See, exactly. Variety is good.
And the intermittent fasting portion of that is because you're not, hunter and gatherers, they're not, your body's more designed to starve than it is to eat, right? Because the hunters and gatherers would go long periods without food, and then when they find something, they eat it, and then you go again.
What happened? No three square meals. What happened to that?
Yeah, the 3 square. That's like a total like we're not like evolution didn't design us for 3 square meals. It designed us to be good at starving, right? For the most part.
3 square meals and that kind of stuff was like back in the day when people were farming, and they're like they need to have like to the amount of energy they're expending every day to go out there and like make corn and like this kind of stuff. You had to have a huge breakfast.
Dawn to dusk.
Because in America, we're like, man, make sure breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Give you that energy to get
if
through.
If you're not a farmer,
you don't
breakfast is not the most important meal of the day.
You don't need pancakes, man.
Yeah, what is that? That I've heard, my mom, like our parents, people like our parents' generation, they always say, oh, you need to eat a big breakfast, right? Is that, and then...
Well, coming out of the Depression, it made sense. Like, you never know when you're going to eat again.
It's probably coming from their parents and their grandparents that actually farmed and actually needed that breakfast to get them...
Experience the Depression.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't eat breakfast. Well, I work out on an empty stomach, and I'm fine. I don't need...
Or, I mean, our Korean parents, too. I mean, coming out of the war, where there was, like... and then, like, from that time when there was no food, like, out here, it's like, hey... Like 많이 먹어야 like it's like why?
Yeah, it's all 많이 먹어.
Everything.
What is that? The industry though? Is that the farming industry? Is that the restaurant industry that's telling you like, hey, listen, get your 3 square meals?
Yeah,
probably.
I'm sure there has something to do with
it.
They
said breakfast was actually started by I think General Mills. Like this whole concept of breakfast is the most important meal. To sell cereal.
Of course.
And they did all their fake scientific studies in the 30s, and then it just became you don't even question it. It's like
that makes so much sense.
It's a fact.
Or okay, there's a script that I'm trying to write. And it talks. It's about sugar, right? So even the whole thing of demonizing fat, right? In the late '60s, '70s, '80s, 90s, like me, I lived my whole childhood like I was so
fat free. You want fat free?
Like fat was the devil.
I remember in high school, a kid on my AU team, he was eating gummy bears, and I was like, "Why are you eating junk all the time?" He's like, "It's fat free." That was his thing, but it's just pure sugar, right?
But but we didn't even know about that.
But the science at that time was telling us that just the fat was bad.
That was how Dad had milk.
Yeah,
non-fat milk.
Yeah,
he was like, no, it's safe. I want milk. I'll eat non-fat milk because it's safe.
But you know what they take out when they take out the fat in the milk? You know what they put in?
What they put
sugar. Otherwise, it's unpalatable. Everything when they take out fat and it's fat free, they put in sugar so you can actually.
And a long time ago, it didn't matter, and it was less calories because fat is 9 calories per gram, and
well, guys, we're getting away from sports here.
It's performance. And
I know, right?
Well,
I was thinking we could just.
I like this.
This is the second. If you guys don't mind, this will be the second episode.
I was piggybacking on that. Yeah.
So let's get we talk about our diets and all that, but why don't we go on something like you just bought some probiotics and then collagen. What do you guys think about? Because I heard that if you eat collagen pills every night mixed with vitamin C, then you can start pumping. You get less wrinkles.
My wife takes those.
She does.
She does. Yeah.
So what's her thing on that? Let's talk about health.
The hard thing about those things is you just got to believe it. You either believe it or you don't, because you're not going to see results until 5 years down. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, it's not like you're going to eat a collagen pill and then
okay, I can see that.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like I use eye cream.
It's like all vitamins too, like multivitamins.
I use eye cream, but it's supposed to help prevent for the future.
Yeah, you don't.
The only thing that's going to help you right now is surgery. Like if you want to see an immediate effect, you can go and get surgery, and then you can see it right now. Any vitamin, any work. Like if you go in the workout and pump it out for an hour, you're gonna be ripped. You're not gonna lose 30 pounds. There's no overnight fix except for surgery, right? Like all this other stuff that happens, it is good for you. Like eye cream, facial stuff like that. They say if you're trying to get rid of the wrinkles you have, eye cream won't work.
Yeah, it's for prevention. Yeah.
If you did it 10 years ago, it will slow the wrinkles.
How long have you been using eye cream? Yeah.
I've been taking care of my shit for 20 years.
Eye cream for 20 years.
Eye cream didn't even exist 20 years ago.
But just
okay.
All sorts
but
of
still,
motion.
we don't know if it's the eye cream or if you just have great genetics.
Probably
the only way we know is if you had a twin that wasn't doing eye cream. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's a little bit dubious, even if you have good results. It's dubious.
It's not about the eye cream or whatever. So the whole thing with, let's say, your face, right? It's keep it moist.
Don't fuck the face.
Yeah.
Don't wash your face.
But sometimes you do.
No, but you have to keep it moist because when it gets dry, that's when it creates cracks.
I think a lot of people like when they look at these degenerative diseases like cancer or whatever, right? No one ever looks at the diet, right? Like your diet has a huge effect on what's
dude.
going on.
Diet
like,
and sleep.
Like you talk about your diet, like if you're eating good things, you're drinking a lot of water, you have a healthy, like well-balanced diet, it's gonna come out in your face. It's gonna come out in your skin. It's gonna come out in all this kind of stuff. You eat shit food, you eat McDonald's every day, your skin's not gonna look good, right? Like there's a direct correlation between all these things. It's not just one thing, but the diet will definitely help.
It's
like if you want
correlated.
to lose weight, the best thing that you can do is change your diet.
It's all correlated. So there's a girl. It's kind of changing the subject. There was a girl
There's
that I
always a
knew.
girl.
Yeah, she would. One of her things that she was really good at was oral. Right, was giving head,
Nice.
and she would always swallow. And she would tell people. Well, she would say, "You can tell if someone's a smoker. You can tell what they ate. You can tell all these different things about."
She was
them.
scientific with it.
She was very. She was a.
Took her job
She was like that.
Statistics.
They did that test like on Game Changers about like people. Like, remember like talking about sperm count?
I mean, if you want to comment out there on that, just put it right below. I mean, does it taste like salty fish?
What's the best thing for a guy to eat if you're gonna swallow?
I heard it's pineapple. Oh, what's the worst thing? What's the worst thing?
We're getting lynched right now.
What's the worst thing?
I don't know.
Asparagus.
Or how about the? Oh yeah,
Asparagus.
or magnesium because too much volume.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Is that true?
I hear that's true.
Nobody really wanted to touch that subject.
No, but it reminded me of that. But anyway, going back
That's
to
great. That's great. It's
going back,
shocking.
but going back to what you eat,
I
right?
have
Because
kids,
you
I live
are
there.
what you eat.
He's so earnest right now. Going back to
Let's go back to what we eat. Now let's talk about this.
This is not a perverted topic. This is science.
But it
If
is
you eat
science,
ass,
Yeah.
right? You are what you eat.
it's
Going
what
back
you
to-
ate.
Or she ate what you ate.
Literally.
Oh my God! A good thing we have Betadine.
There we go. So back to what you were saying. You were talking about how we stay healthy at this advanced age in our life. It's a good thing. I think everyone's got a different way to do it, and I don't think there's one way that you're like, this is the answer. You know, I think everyone's got to find their own.
Let's find some key bullet
fits
points then.
for them. You know.
What works?
Okay. Can I? Let's do a general question. Can I?
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you guys, all of us in general, are you healthier than your father was at your age?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Was your dad a drinker or smoker? Or?
No, but he didn't exercise.
Didn't exercise.
My dad was a drinker.
Yeah. So you feel like you're healthier? You used to. I mean,
Sure.
you get down sometimes too.
Oh, I
Down
definitely
couple-
had a drinking problem.
Oh yeah, when Damien comes out.
Damien. Oh, let's talk about alter egos.
Oh, you have a name for him?
I have a name for my when I drink a little too much and it's the next day you wake
Damien
up.
comes out.
Damien comes out.
What, the next day or while you're
I
drinking?
mean, you're Emilio.
Yeah. Damien and Emilio have met a couple times.
I never even knew that you
Yeah.
had a
forgot
name
what
for
mine
him.
was.
Dave named him for me.
I called him the Emilio. I love
Emilio.
You call him the Hulk.
that. I called him the Hulk. I always thought it was Hulk. So name my alter ego. Who am
Something
I?
with a D, like
Something with a D, yeah.
Don Juan and shit. Or
Can it be like Dante?
Dante? Dante works.
Dante's-
Or how about Dre? Can I be Dre?
Dre or Drake?
Dante sounds more
I like Dante.
something dastardly.
Am I dastardly though?
When you're drunk, you can be.
You're Juan.
Juan.
You're Juan for sure.
Why are you on this like Spanish
There,
tip?
there was something else.
Why is
I
he
know
Juan?
there was something
Why
else
is he
with
Juan?
Jay. It was like
Why? Because smooth.
He's Juan John.
Bobby with a B.
Bobby.
What's a B word?
I've never seen Bobby drunk,
Have you
so
ever-
it'd
do
be
you
hard
drink
to
a lot?
name.
Yeah, maybe every other day.
Oh shit.
Wow. Wait, but when you say drinks, do you mean like how we just had a couple beers, or do you mean like drink, like Korean drink?
Like getting
Like
down.
soju or makgeolli. Makgeolli, I've been big
So
on makgeolli.
you do that at home?
So name your
home,
alter
yeah.
ego. Name drunk Bobby.
B.
Something
B.
sinister,
Minshiki.
like Balthazar.
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 I love it.
That fucking
Wow.
feels like Harry Potter-ish, man.
Balthazar.
Wow.
Is that from the Bible? Was there
I don't
Balthazar?
know.
The King Balthazar? Or?
I feel
Nebuchadnezzar.
it was either that or
It's
he was
like,
one of King
Wow.
Bowser's henchmen.
Something like that.
Bowser's
Okay.
a good
Okay, so
one.
we're all healthier than our fathers.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's good. So I guess 40 really is the new 30 if you're comparing the previous generation.
We were probably healthier than our father at 30 also.
You think so? Dad was doing like Taekwondo at 30.
I
But
feel
he was
like
still
He was teaching Taekwondo
He was
at 30.
on his
that
way.
right?
Yeah, big
That's
white
cool.
guy. Everyone would like come to the thing and be like, because the actual teacher was always drunk. He was this old Ajashi. And so my dad was the highest ranking like black belt. And so he would teach the classes.
Oh, he had a Korean ajashi in Seattle, and
Yeah.
and he was the guy that would teach the class.
Yeah, and the Korean Ajashi was badass when he wasn't drunk.
Yeah. But Dad was
wow.
on his way to obesity then too.
Yeah.
He was on his way. He wasn't like
That-
Okay, so regular exercise, obviously. That's
That was
kind
big.
of an obvious one. Okay, regular exercise. What's regular? Once a week? 'Cause
Well, I mean, when we were playing, you know, obviously it was 2-3 times a day, right?
yeah,
But,
Koreans are
you know,
notorious for
like now, regular exercise probably means when we have time to fit it into our schedule.
So what does that end up being per week?
Probably like for me, 4 or 5 times a week.
So that's how much. What about you, Dan?
I swim like 3 times a week. I don't do as much as I'd like to, but I've definitely toned back on the weights because I feel like a lot of my joint problems, like my shoulders and my knees, is from all those years doing squats, and my back problems probably has something to do with like all the deadlifts we used to do. Or maybe not that. We probably lifted too heavy. You know, maybe bench isn't so bad, but trying for like the record or whatever.
What about you, Dave?
You know, if I'm in the gym, if I could just get in there 3-4 times a week, it's good. Eat right, stay off the drinks. Damien puts on the shelf, and I'm pretty
I
good.
kind of miss Damien.
You miss
Okay.
Damien?
I miss him, man.
So regular exercise. What else?
John, you're the healthiest out of all of us. You
Well,
tell
I
us
mean-
yours.
No, I mean I'm in the gym like 6 days a week.
You don't
At
miss.
least.
He does not miss a day.
At
Now,
least.
John's religious with his workout program.
What about like holidays, like Chuseok or something?
I need to go.
Just bare knuckles.
Because your body doesn't know any holidays. Like I get so angry in Korea because I remember 24-hour fitness or
They
whatever.
close it down.
One day of the year, Christmas. That's when they close. So every other day I can go if I want.
You're
body
the guy
knows
that
no holidays.
He
I love
gets
it.
the most out of his gym membership. I think,
Yeah, fuck
you
that.
know?
Your body doesn't know any holidays. It's like
Nice.
I'm
you
more
gotta
on the
exercise.
The gym-
Dave's thing.
what's
'Cause
that?
I think it's like 3-4 times a week. You know, like maybe 5 max. You know, like getting in the gym, doing something active because we walk a lot also.
Yeah.
So we're out there doing.
I'm
you know,
walking all day.
People say, "Oh, you have to go to the gym to work out." Well, fuck, if you walk for 10 hours a day, then you don't need to go to the gym. You know.
totally.
So
And there's recovery as we get older. Your body, it's disputed, right? But then as we get older, your body needs a little more time. Like there's the every other day workout. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because you need to like the full body on Monday.
Less testosterone, less human growth hormones, all that kind of
I think
stuff.
the diet and staying off the drinks, like that's probably harder than getting in the gym. You know?
Bro, I
It's
could
like-
work out and then drink, and then all of a sudden you see, damn, what happened?
Yeah.
So exercise now, the diet.
We're not
We
going
were
to ask
talking
Bobby.
about that
No one's going to ask Bobby. Bobby, let's see that six pack, bro.
So what's your
Let's get a flex.
exercise regimen?
So I take the train every day,
Okay.
There you go.
and I always opt
Is that your
for
regimen?
stairs.
Right.
No escalator.
No escalator.
I do that too.
Balthazar's taking the train.
Yeah. No, Balthazar is probably taking the escalator.
He takes the stairs.
I try to stay away from escalators.
Even
Call it a
Balthazar?
taxi.
Wow.
No, I don't know. I haven't really.
You don't even know Balthazar. He's blacked out at that point.
Yeah, like,
Now this office is on the 9th floor. What about adding walking up to the
Stairs.
that'd
office?
be great, but I've never once done it.
But you know, honestly, if you're going upstairs like this, right? Because I used to do this we lived on the 13th floor for a while and I used to walk up the stairs. If you walk up the stairs, you get dizzy because the stairs are so short,
yeah.
right? If it's a long staircase, I'm good. But like going up like 5 stairs, turn, 5 stairs, turn, it's like, it drives me fucking crazy.
I used to do that when I went for runs.
Yeah.
But I live on the 14th floor.
Get
of
dizzy,
our
right?
building, And then it's just
Yeah.
kind of.
You're going around in a circle.
Yeah.
I don't like it either.
I would walk up if I didn't feel like I ran further enough. I would walk back up slowly, but that was okay. But like running downstairs,
Yeah,
it's
Quick side topic on the whole like burning calories going to the gym. So they say your mind actually burns more calories than when you're working out. So is there anything you do to just burn calories by like just?
Well,
I've started playing chess.
When you come, you burn calories too.
So
Do you burn
Dude,
what
are you
calories you
thinking-
come from someone's mouth?
No, I'm saying.
yeah, for sure.
That burns calories.
So
I mean,
sex
there's
is-
a lot of things. Yeah.
Does it burn a significant amount of calories? Because they say that the mind burns more calories than your body.
That's why when you're studying, you know,
Yeah.
when you got to study or when you're
Get
writing,
hungry.
If you write all day or whatever, your brain just
All
burns
right,
a lot of shit.
so then these guys that are just sitting writing all day and like thinking all this kind of stuff, are they fucking jacked? Like, so
See,
like,
exactly.
Probably not jacked, but probably not fat, right?
Well, are they healthy? Like,
So that's
these
why-
guys are.
Why do you have to be jacked?
I'm just wondering because like
That's why. No. I completely understand.
You know,
That's why I
these
don't.
guys
I don't
healthier?
buy
That's the
into
guy
that.
who does not want to go to the gym. Hey, my mind's working.
bro, I need the gym membership, dude. I think
But
all the
you're
time.
probably not like fat, right?
My mind is burning calories,
Well,
right?
maybe.
Fuck that.
So then these guys are
Motherfucker's drinking 10 cups of coffee every day.
Yeah, so these think
Probably
guys are
burning
more
calories.
healthier than the
No,
guy that.
that's not healthy.
So
You,
then
you
what?
just you have to go get physical exercise, in my opinion.
So burning calories is important, but in what
Yeah.
way you burn them?
Well, you know, Bill Gates.
Physical.
Bill Gates, he's not obese.
He's not obese.
But look at the
Yeah.
motherfucker. He looks like he can't play sports or anything.
No, actually, I heard he plays tennis.
But playing sports isn't.
He looks like he could use a few push-ups.
Yeah, he
Right.
looks like he could.
But being healthy and being able to play sports are two different things.
No, I know, but I was exaggerating. But he doesn't look like he can kind of move.
But he can probably eat whatever he wants because he's just thinking, just burning.
Maybe
those
he's super
hamburgers.
healthy. I mean, he
Give you
looks
that
like
vaccine. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You never know, man.
That was a wormhole. But I'm just thinking because like lately I haven't been going to the gym as much, so I started playing chess, just trying to apply that theory and see if it works.
Chess.
Oh, we forgot the buzzer.
Oh.
Like 8 minutes.
All right, next.
Oh man.
What else? What else?
Damn it,
so
Don't give us that much leeway.
Physical exercise, sleep. What about sleep?
Oh, that's a big one.
Like when we were playing, our trainers always told us, not the coaches, because the coaches
No.
probably didn't understand that. The trainers were like, look, as hard as you work out, as hard as you expend energy, you have to put that much energy into rest and recovery.
Yeah.
So they're like, sleep is just as important as
So
going and working out.
So I kind of stopped drinking. For the most part, I don't really drink
But
anymore.
you haven't drank for a long time.
No, but I just had a beer with you guys. But
Yeah,
I
like-
really don't drink that. No. I used to drink like.
When John drinks, he'll have like 3 or
was
4
that?
beers quickly.
Yeah, the
Like,
reason
like,
why
maybe-
it doesn't seem like I'm drinking is because I down that shit.
I'm like you.
So then I'm on
like
the second
you.
one.
But I just
and
keep
by the
going.
end of the night, I've had like 8 beers.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of calories, right? So the reason why I stopped drinking, I read a book
You can
called
think it
Why
off
We
and, like-
Sleep.
Okay.
Why We Sleep. It's a really good book, and it talks about how alcohol disrupts sleep. And first of all, that book talks about how important sleep is to your overall health, and like if you pile up, like there's people who have dementia, Alzheimer's. When you look at their past, I mean, it's not 100% correlated. I mean, there is some kind of correlation to it. I'm saying, but if you don't get that much sleep and you pile that on for years and years, you're gonna have damage.
Repercussions,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's gonna be repercussions.
So
in
you
your
can't
life.
get that
Yeah.
back.
You can't get it back. So
Good sleep.
you need sleep, and there's the different kinds of sleep, and that book explains what like the deep.
But if you had like
REM
a 0-calorie alcohol that helped you sleep. So then what do you think about melatonin? You take melatonin?
No, I don't. But I'm not against it. I don't.
I can sleep fine though. I don't need anything to make me
I-
go to sleep.
I sleep great, but just having 2 kids, you don't sleep that much, and I've just noticed like just the bags under my eye. Like I feel like we were looking at pictures from right before I had kids, and it's only been like 2 years, and I just feel like a harabuji now, like 확 늙었어. Like I got so old in like 2 years, and it is. I think it's just sleep. Nothing else has changed, really.
Wow,
It's just
okay.
sleep, man.
To sleep. Huh?
So sleep. Yeah. So what's your how many hours do you normally get?
I don't know. I mean, I probably go to sleep around like 12:01, and I get up around 6:30.
Oh, so you don't sleep that much.
5-6 hours. That's about me though.
What about you, Dave? How many hours do you sleep?
I don't count it, but like I'm usually in bed by 10, 11, and then I sleep around then, and then I get up at 6:30. So
10,
yeah,
11.
I get 7.
That's good.
Usually,
Is 8 the magic number? Or who came up with 8?
Yeah, that's what we always heard, right?
But there were. I don't get 8. I actually keep track.
What did it say in your book, John?
That's my monthly average.
No, but you always hear about people, you need more sleep, you need more
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, I
It's
want to
like,
know the science.
How much sleep do you
I want to know
actually
the
fucking
science.
need?
My grandma never slept.
Never.
And you just go to her eyes be open like middle of the night, like grandma, what's going on?
is that right? She never slept.
She's like,
Which one?
She-
Which one?
The Korean grandma.
Oh, yeah?
She's probably just
White grandma slept
She's
fine.
going strong.
She's
man.
worried about the toduks in
How old is she now? 88?
She's 90. She's born in 1930, man.
1930.
Can you imagine? 1930 is
Wow.
90 years old now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She was born in
90
wasn't she?
years old.
Basically.
She was basically.
I met her
yeah.
when she was about 87 then.
Oh, you met her.
And she was,
you met her.
because she was here for a while. staying with you guys.
Yeah, she came. That was her last
She
trip.
doesn't look like she was 87 or 88.
But she gets around, like she can walk and
Still
do all that
does
kind of
everything
stuff.
She could. She's
Yeah,
like,
because there's always those exceptions to the rule. Like, oh yeah, this guy's been smoking cigars since he was 12, and he's
Yeah.
85, and
I
he's
think
fine.
my grandma.
Grandma's super healthy, though.
She doesn't have it's not like a secret. She doesn't drink. She's active, and she does things to occupy her mind. Like more than anything, you see older people, they look like they're just there's nothing really going on. They look like they've kind of resigned to the fact that they're going to die soon. My grandma's very active. Like she's her eyes are very alive, which is from what I've seen not so common in older people.
How much does stress play in all this?
Huge stress, huge difference. I think that's probably for me. It's sleep and stress with the kids is what's contributing to my just turning into Sean
aging?
Connery overnight.
You do still look young though.
I appreciate Marirado. Yeah, I think stress is huge, and they're talking about stress being a huge cause in cancer and all these long-term problems. Like you gotta try to get that out of your life.
My
Okay,
dad
so
got
how do you-
cancer being stressed.
Yeah.
So he was going out of divorce and bankruptcy,
What kind of cancer was it?
tonsil. He
Tonsil.
never smoked, but he got secondhand smoke from the bars.
The bar, yeah.
But I mean, he was fine. It was just like from those two things, those two factors, he got stressed out. He was drinking a lot, and he wasn't sleeping. And he would wake up early, and then he was working, and he got a little. He looked in the mirror, and he said, "Oh, I got a little dot."
Wait, who is this again?
I did.
Oh yeah.
And then he went and he said, "Yeah, you got tonsil cancer."
Shit.
It was basically just stress,
How many years ago was this? When was
This was 16, 17 years ago. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
Stress?
Man.
Man.
It's like you can't downplay the effect of all this stuff. I mean, all this stuff is important. Like, it's not like one is more important than the other. They're all important.
How do you lower stress? Because for me, I feel like I'm pretty good at dealing with stress, but I have...
You get the
that
bald
little
spot.
Yeah, I got the little patch.
Wait, is that new?
We're on the buzzer.
Good topic.
Wait. Did we just bring up stress?
It's a new.
Is stress a new thing?
It's big stress.
We're not respecting that, brother.
Because like 6 years
Fuck
ago,
your
I
brother.
got this Manu Ginobili shit on the middle of my head, right? It was big.
Eric's gotten those.
That
I've got
stress
those.
spot, right?
You got those too, huh?
My dad got one a long time
you
ago.
get
too.
one?
I haven't got one, so maybe I'm doing good with stress.
on the middle of my head. It was like a fucking donut.
But everybody carries it different.
But
What do you
after-
think yours is from?
I had
Stress
a
from
lot of
what?
Stress from just being stupid. But I thought I got
Okay.
rid of a lot of it. I thought I got rid of a lot of it, and like financial stuff too. I thought I got rid of a lot of
Big
it, and then I
thing.
got this shit on the back of my head. So I'm like, what?
It's like this, man.
what the hell
You
is
can't
it?
cheat or lie to your body. Like
Exactly.
Like you can look like, man, this guy
That's
looks
a good
great,
one.
but then
Yeah.
like all of a sudden like you get a time out, and then all of a sudden it comes out, and you're like, oh shit, I guess I'm stressed out. I didn't know what's going on, and it forces you to be like kind of introspective and figure out what's going on.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, I was saying
Or-
the first time I got him was when my dad came and we were taking care of him. My dad was really fucking obese and like, he was coming out of a divorce, he's depressed, and like, he was there. We were trying to like help him, turn the corner because he looked like he was gonna die. He looked pretty serious, and we didn't know what to do, and that stressed me the fuck out. And it just started, and then I got like 2 or 3. I didn't even know. Well, I was playing the game, and they're like, "Yeah, what's going on with your hair?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Like my haircut?" And it just came out. But then I got injections and stuff. But if you get it once, they easily come back.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten them like after that also. Like if certain things happen.
I actually have it on my leg too. I have a little bald spot on my
That's
leg.
not a bad place to get it.
Yeah,
If
I
you're
don't
gonna
mind,
get
I
it.
don't mind that. Yeah.
You're like pubic.
Yeah. Can you imagine pube?
Yeah.
I have gout, so whenever
Oh man.
I'm stressed, I get a gout flare up.
Is that
So
right?
it definitely does. Affect
And how long does that last you
affect my body.
when it flares up?
If it's bad, like a week. But if I get it under control, about a day or two.
That's weird because you think like gout would affect like really like big people or like
So listen
No,
to your body.
Korea, I feel like Korea has the most skinny gout people because
I can
of
imagine.
sur,
Alcohol.
tambe, and then the amount of kogi we eat
Yeah.
is crazy.
And the
And
ramen.
the stress.
And
Do you
the
think
ramen.
ramen contributes to
And the
that?
stress, huh?
They tell you not to. My
Is it
friend
sodium?
with gout, yeah, and not the sodium, but the flour.
Just anything.
I had ramen last night. I feel kind of weird.
I had noguri last night.
Me too.
Oh
So
god.
fucking.
I
Good.
hate noguri.
What?
What?
I
fucking
hate
crazy.
noguri. I
Oh
hate
god.
Okay, so
Why
we
we
have-
can't be
That
friends?
doesn't even make sense.
So nobody knows what that shit's out there. So you get gout, you get a bald spot, you get a
it.
bald
I get
spot.
bald spots.
I get psoriasis.
Get
What do you
psoriasis.
get?
I actually I feel like I've been like my methods of dealing with I stress, but it's like I also just accept it like and understand that there's nothing I can do. I don't get like any physical manifestation really. I don't that I know of. I just will recognize real quick like this is fucking stress. Like I'll get stressed about money or something. Like Eric knows this. I'll get fucking stressed and I'll just like be tight and like can't sleep and I'll be thinking about it all night. And then I'll be like, Dan, you're being psycho. Stop it. Stop it. If you go broke, just go broke. You're alive. You have a loving family. You got loving people around you. And then I'll just like sleep like a baby the next night. Like I just got to realize it
talk
and
to
just
yourself.
I talk like I'm not like out loud like
No,
like
no,
a
but you
maniac.
have
Like when
self-talk.
you- when-
You have good
like-
self-talk.
Yeah.
Like nothing like comes out like it's not like a flare up or whatever. But like when he is stressed,
Yeah.
it may take a day, it may take 2 days, maybe an hour, whatever it is that's stressing him at that particular time. He'll work through it and then it'll be done.
That's
like
great.
like it's like definitely like a But if you're around him and like
you don't want to be around.
You don't want to be around him at that
me.
time when he's stressed out.
Because I haven't slept and I'm just like.
Because like it's very.
I'm more so focused on whatever's bothering me that I have no room for outside.
Yeah, there's no other mental space for other things that go on.
Do you guys meditate?
So I was talking to my wife about meditation because we were watching the Ajashi's Sweet Beliefs.
I used to.
And there's something where you turn your brain off and you do some kujiniya for like a while. And because we don't do that anymore, I feel like we need to meditate because none of us work. We're all lazy bastards. We sit on our couch and let our minds go crazy with stress.
Right. Well, I tell you, I did it for last year. It was great.
How did it help?
It was kind of a half-assed meditation, but it worked.
You were doing it every day though.
Yeah.
What did you
every
do?
day.
Were you using an app or were you doing it on your
No,
own?
well, I'd wake up. It was about 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning when the sun was rising, and then I wouldn't look at my phone. I'd lay the mat down. I put some like yoga, like natural music, instrumental shit.
Bongos.
Put that on, and then I would just breathe, concentrate on my breathing, and I would stretch a bit for 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
Breathing's a good one.
You know what's tough? I tell myself, don't look at the phone first thing you wake up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard not
Because
to.
that dictates
Yes.
how the rest of your day is going to be because it one-ups. It's just like,
What do you look at first on your phone? Cacao or do you look at Instagram?
Cacao.
What do you guys look at
Tough
first?
now because you get the notifications.
What's the first app you open up? If you just like on a blank, if you turn off the notifications, what's the first app you look at? You wake up.
I make a point because I want to open up Instagram, but I don't on purpose.
Eric's got stories for days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Eric got the stories.
Cute, sweet stories.
That's up.
Like I don't. I try not to open up Instagram.
So then what do you do if you're not?
cacao.
You do cacao. Dave?
Cacao or like Safari, like ESPN or CNN.
Yeah, ESPN for me.
So I try to not.
Well, if it's notifications, it's whatever it's random, whatever like catches my attention. But honestly, if it's fantasy football season, I'm opening that motherfucking app. Find out who's available. Let me get my guys.
Get your squad
What about
together.
you? What are you opening?
So I took Facebook and the apps that because I know I go to Instagram usually, and I took that off my phone, and then I made a rule for myself that I can't look at my phone until the babies are fed and diapers are changed. So
have you been keeping that?
I've been keeping that. No, exactly. So it keeps me off my phone for like an hour after I wake up.
But they said like I was reading this like I don't know if it was like TED Talk or something or a podcast where this guy was talking about like daily habits of successful people, and they said that one of the most important habits that he would recommend is get up in the morning, do whatever you need to do, and the first thing you do, don't look at your phone.
Yeah.
Right? And then before you go to sleep, do the same thing.
I think I saw that, and that's why I
And
got
someone-
into
He's
it.
an Asian
Someone
guy.
that
I
I've been
forget.
listening to, he actually puts it on what do you call it, airplane mode. Before he sleeps, puts it on
It's
airplane
extreme,
mode.
but yeah.
So no messages or whatever, right? None of the notifications. And then the next day after he does whatever X set of, whatever things he needs to do, that's when,
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
The one thing I did miss out, the main component of the whole morning routine was a vision board in my head of what my day was going to look like at 6 p.m. At 6 a.m., what's it going to look like at 6 p.m.? Okay, I accomplished this, I did this, I got that out of the way. I want to try that. It was somewhere in that line.
There's an app. I was talking to
love that stuff,
the
Dave.
principal at the school the other day, and I forget the name of the app he showed me, but you can log the hours that you spend on whatever you're spending at. So when you go to work, he was showing me like the pie graph breakdown of what he did, and when they're preparing for the new semester, he was like at work like for 92 hours in a week or something like that. And he was like, because of the preparation or whatever, and he's like, yeah, it's crazy, I don't have time for anything else. But he's like, as time went on, he's like looking to see what a healthy week looks like as opposed to what the high stress week looks like. So he can adjust and be like, look, I'm spending too much time at work, I need to cut this down.
that's really cool.
That's nice.
Like I'll ask him what the app is, but it's pretty
Yeah,
dope.
Find
But
out.
then it's another app to keep you looking at your phone, which we're trying not to do.
Yeah, yeah,
so.
yeah.
But you don't have to look at it like
Yeah.
you can look at it like at the end of the week one time.
Right,
like,
right.
I have an app that I've been keeping track of my finances, my spending,
yeah.
for the last 3 years.
Wow, is it a good one?
It's a pretty good app. I mean, it's a normal app, but
You're not just logging in your checkbook.
no.
Oh.
Checkbook.
Checkbook.
Okay.
But yeah.
But you think that's helped you?
Oh, absolutely. Because every month I look at it and I see where I've spent too much.
Where you're wasting money. It's
And
always
now,
coffee
now,
shops.
now I kind of know. But the first year I did that, I started realizing what my patterns were.
What was one thing that stuck out to you when you saw that?
Alcohol and
Alcohol.
like out with friends, just like spending on shit.
Oh, that was like
Yeah.
good 10,
Yeah.
20, 30% of your...
Yeah.
Yo, so how many unread emails do you guys have?
I have none. I'm really good about checking.
Didn't you have like 20,000
I
or
have
something?
30,908.
Now, are those all real emails? Like not from like Coupang or like some?
These are all, they're like,
Are they real people that have some real shit to talk to you about, or is it just like spam and?
yeah, exactly.
Spam.
Most of that's spam.
Yeah.
Well, because I have my old email addresses probably have 30, 40,000 on there, but I don't use those anymore.
You don't use those, you
Yeah.
weeded it out.
I clear it out once a year, but right now it's at 1,700.
Not bad,
1700.
Pajana. So
What's the point of emailing you, Bobby, if you're backed up 1,700?
I think I need to fix my whole, like, I'm not really.
I went through and filtered
I
all
shouldn't have that many.
Because like the ones that when you get notifications, like if you're getting like 17 or 30 emails a day, like there's no way that I mean, it's possible, but like for my life personally, like I don't get 30 important emails a day, but I get like stuff from like all these apps or notifications from this shit. So like always being on your phone and checking email, it doesn't matter. It's like you can turn off those notifications for like the ones that aren't important.
Interesting.
Or junk or whatever.
I guess I would erase them all. I mean, I guess we're going off the subject, but
No, but I
No
love,
stress.
I love this area.
I guess I
because
would-
it's important.
I guess I would erase it all. But I also often refer back to old emails for like just random documents from my accountant. From 2016 taxes or something like that. So I guess I could shift all those into another mailbox.
Yeah, you can archive them into like something
Well,
good.
it's funny if you think about
I learned
like,
another thing this episode.
Archive, baby.
I'm archiving.
Archive, baby.
No, but it's funny if you think about like how important the phone is. Like literally 10 years ago, the phone wasn't an important thing, right? But because of the phone, like we have stress that can either be like helped or hurting us, right? And then all this stuff, like the phone's an amazing tool, but at the same point in time, it can really like.
I want to go back to flip phones, man. I really do, but I don't think I could survive on a flip phone. But I do because I remember my brain was a lot clearer when I had a flip phone. The only thing is I had to do more tasks. I had to actually go to the bank. I had to actually like
Well, what about
do shit.
even phone numbers? I remember
Oh,
a long
yeah.
time ago.
I used to remember all the phone numbers, house phone numbers.
I still remember some of my old childhood friends from
Yeah.
middle school's phone
Yeah.
numbers.
I remember those numbers. I don't remember anyone's number now. I barely remember people's names.
Yeah.
Like you look, because I mean, you have this tool that remembers stuff for you.
Yeah, but I feel like that's better. So we can use our mind to like
But we
use our
don't.
energy to.
That's the thing is like we have this thing that takes the place of that mental power, and then you would think that like I mean some people do, right? But like I feel like most people don't use that extra time and mental power to do something more productive.
But you can.
But you can.
You
You
can.
can. You definitely
Even
can.
if you don't, you have the capacity. It's like when you clear off all those stupid phone numbers out of your memory, now your iPhone's gonna work faster, right?
Right.
Like it's like when I went through and like my iPhone was going slow, so I deleted all the pictures. And because we have this hard drive on the outside, we don't have to store stuff in our actual brain. Maybe our brains can move faster.
Then with that
Drop
Do that.
extra baggage off.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I lose my wallet?
This
last
is
week?
the cloud. This is the cloud.
We're living minimalist.
So stress,
Okay.
right? Exercise, better diet,
Diet, sleep.
sleep.
Okay. So
Is that it? Are those the main
Is that
components?
the cocktail?
So okay, this all started on the sports tip, right? And so now this whole mind training of like poise and things.
I love that.
So we're talking about stress and clearing out your mind and clearing out the clutter. Especially you don't want that shit affecting you if you're going into a match. No, so mind training. Andre Agassi, I was reading his book and he was talking about middle of his career, he got a guy to coach his mind because he had all the techniques, right? And he was like a phenomenon.
Tony Robbins.
Right. So now players are kind of doing this. How can you teach poise? Like going into, there's people who are gamers, there's people who can play in front of big stadiums, and there's people who can't. Maybe in an empty gym, everyone's shooting the same, but it separates you on the pressure of the match, whether it's fourth quarter or first quarter. How do you train poise?
Well, it's like for high level athletes, I mean, like it's super important to be able to perform,
Right.
But then also for the guy that goes to work every day, right?
Yeah.
You have for him like his like NBA finals might be like getting that like report ready for the big meeting, or maybe going home and like preparing dinner for his wife, whatever it is. But like a lot of people, like that poise on that big stage, like I think everyone needs it.
You know what I was
But
thinking
How do you teach it?
while you were bringing that up, but I was kind of starting to write that. Let's make this topic for the next time we do.
Oh man,
No, I like
Okay.
this because I want to really think about this and talk about this,
Okay.
hash this out correctly,
All right.
and then really devote not just 3 minutes to it. I want to devote a little
6
time
minutes, you bastard.
to it. 6.5 minutes.
There's a buzzer.
So on that note,
Okay.
I think this, we need to be healthy. We'll start thinking about more ways
Okay.
to be healthier.
Solid.
But one thing is mental health. I think mental strength is a really, really important topic. So that we'll just let's tackle that on a separate episode. Okay.
If you all don't know that, to give us, you're born in 78,
78.
73, 80.
I'm like, this is the only place where I'm the youngest.
78.
78, and so
78.
we're all 78.
So we're all in our 40s.
I'm Maktungi.
And that's why this episode we're talking about what?
Just health. We're talking about just different types of health.
And how it's different when you get to...
Yeah.
As a geriatric 40-year-old man.
And how we're trying to as more information and things become aware of new, healthier options for our body.
How to apply it to our lives and how to filter out the bullshit. Right?
And I also think everyone should be thinking about health, even at a younger age in your 20s. But
For sure.
the average person doesn't. We're at the age where you have to actually start. You really should start thinking. If you haven't thought about it, this is where you generally start thinking
I feel
about
like
it.
the new generation's on it though right now.
Definitely, if you make those...
Definitely
if
more
you're
than
thinking
ours.
about it in your 20s, you're going to have a better... 40s.
Yes, you have a better run.
If you start when you're 40, life is... you can make great changes. But if you start earlier, your 40s will be a lot easier on you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Plus, when you turn 40, we can talk about the colonoscopies and stuff.
I still need mine. I'm pushing almost 50 right now. I need to get that.
Get it done, man.
On that shitty note,
Oh.
have a good week, everyone.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Later.